Here's a beginner-friendly sewing project. You're going to need a plate, a big plate, a little plate, some clips, tailor's chalk, thread, scissors, and your choice of fabric. Start by folding your fabric in half, because when we trace our plate, we need 2 pieces. Take whatever plate you're going to use and trace it to draw a circle. Now cut out your circle. Now we have 2 pieces, 2 circles. Now we can move one of the circles to the side because we're only going to work with one of them. You're going to take the smaller plate and we're going to trace a smaller circle. Now we pinch a hole in the middle of this circle so that we can cut this circle out. We just want to cut out the middle. So just cut along the line that you traced. So now you should have 2 pieces, your big circle and the circle with the hole cut out. And they should match, they should be the same size. Now we take the big circle without the hole in it and we fold it in half. Then we fold it in half again so that it's in 4 quarters. This is how we're going to find the center of this circle without measuring. Your center is going to be right at the corner, right there. So we're just going to put a notch in there, a teeny hole, so we can have the center of this hat. Now with both circles laid on top of each other, we're just going to take it and pin it all the way around. Then we take it to the machine and we sew it a straight stitch all the way around. Now it's time to make the strip that goes around the frame of your hat. This is the part that's going to go around the circumference of your head. So you could measure your head to make sure that it's big enough. Or what's easiest is you could just measure the circumference of the inside of the hat. That's the smaller circle. You just want to make sure that it can fit all the way around that rim, and then it's long enough. You want it to be at least 3 inches wide so that you can turn it into like a bias tape. So I'm going to just measure to make sure that I can get a straight cut straight across. This is like the least amount of measuring you're going to do with this whole project. So now you need a smaller piece of fabric. I use 3 inches long. This is the part that's gonna go inside of that hole that we made. Whatever that thing is on the top of the beret hat, I don't know what it's called, but that's what this is. So now we're going to take that first piece that we cut for the circumference of the hat, and we're going to fold it in on both sides. Ironing it now makes it easier to sew later. So just take your time here. Same thing with the smaller piece. We're going to fold it in on both sides and we're going to iron it. This thing was burning my fingers. I had to grab something so I could hold it. So now we're just gonna clip this in place and set it to the side for later. Now I'm gonna take my hat to the machine and I'm gonna do a top stitch right around the rim. It's just gonna make the hat look a lot neater. That top stitch just gives a much neater finish. Now let's address the hole. The piece that you clipped and set to the side, we're gonna stick that through the hole. And we're just gonna sew it at the bottom inside the hat. After you sew it, you can cut off the excess piece. Now we're at the home stretch. That piece, that long piece, we're just going to fold that around the rim of the hat. It's going to be on each side of the hat. So you're going to fold it around the bottom of the hat. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing so that it can make sense. And we're gonna clip it all the way around. After folding it all the way around, you'll get these two end pieces. You're gonna sew them together and then continue to fold it around so that it's seamless. When you're done clipping, it should look like this. If anything is difficult about this project, it would be this is the hardest part. But this part is not even hard. So now we're going to take it to the machine and we're going to take our time sewing around that brim. And bam, there you go, a cute little beret. I made this to match the wool coat that I made. It matches it perfectly. See? Beginner friendly. Try it and tag me if you make one. I'm Boss Stitch, and over here, we make everything so easy. Follow for more beginner friendly sewing tips.